Hi guys, welcome to Outer's Perspective, and I wish you very happy New Year, and I wish all the learnings in this 2019 to all of you. Today our topic is about buyback, because on the very first month of 2019 we see two major companies are going for a buyback. One is Infosys and another is NMDC. So we will understand the basics of buyback, why it happens, how management come to a decision that buyback should happen, and the investor call, what he should actually do, what he should the things which he should look at a company when the buyback offer comes from the company. So first of all, what is buyback? It is a repurchase agreement. Means the company goes to the shareholder and says, take this money and give me my share. Okay, so what the company is saying, take this money. So the company is giving the money, that is the cash held by company in its balance sheet is paid by the company, and a share is received in uh, consideration. So this is buyback. So whenever you listen any news about buyback, you will hear a statement from any academic person or a market research analyst, equity analyst, that the company goes for a buyback only when the company does not see any future potential growth opportunities. So it goes for a buyback. So this statement is actually said everywhere but never explained why this is there. So in this channel, I will explain you the fundamental reasons behind this statement. What was the statement? The statement is, whenever the company does not have future potential growth prospects and it has cash with it, the company pay off the cash and go for a buyback. Okay, so let us understand how the things go. See, this is a balance sheet. I have taken the old format for the sake of simplicity, T-shaped balance sheet, where we have equity, debt, current liability, and we have total assets, which include NCA, non-current, and current assets, under which we have cash and cash equivalents. Okay, so a major ratio is there, and that is ROA, that is PAT divided by net assets, return on assets, which is PAT divided by net assets. Okay, PAT, that is profit after tax, divided by net assets. What does net asset? Net asset is this. Okay, and subtracting this. Okay, so when you divide the PAT from the net asset, you get the return on asset, that is the contribution from these assets in terms of money. So when company have excess cash, I'm saying excess cash because for every company there is a specific limit which the cash management of that company determines that this has to be the our cash position as per the any date, okay, of any date of balance sheet. So when the company has excess cash, what happens? When they calculate ROA, they see that the PAT, that's okay, the net assets, which includes this excess cash. So because of that excess cash, this denominator increases, and you know by mathematics, when the denominator is increasing, the outcome will be decreasing, right? Whenever the denominator increasing, this denominator is increasing because of this excess cash, so our ROA goes down. So what is our crux here, that when the company has excess cash balance, its ROA goes down. Therefore what the company decides, that see, we have excess cash and we do not we do not generate any revenue from that excess cash. Instead we are losing our revenue, so we should give it back to the shareholders and get the equity shares back. That's the idea behind this. So this is one fundamental reason why the companies goes for a buyback. And the second is, see, this is equity and debt. This is the fundraising, means the source of funds. Of course, the source of funds will have a cost. For both of these costs, we say it is KC or WAC, right? Weighted average cost of capital. KC is all. If you go to the CAPM model, we generally say KC. So this is the cost. Okay, and say this cost is 12%. The cost of capital borrowing is 12%. Now our ROA, we also calculate our ROA. Say our ROA is 10%. Okay, so you see there is a gap and there is a negative gap. See, our cost is 2% higher than our return. At this point, what the companies see and check that our cost should be reduced, right? So, but when the company analyze that whether can the cost of capital can be reduced or not, and when they decide that see cost of capital cannot be reduced, they go for this ROA. They'll see that whether can we generate more revenue to increase our ROA. Okay, when that also does not happen, they see why our ROA is going down. Okay, when they see that the denominator is net asset and we have excess cash available with us which does not generate any a greater part of revenue, which should actually beat the cost, what the company decides, see, we can reduce our cash. So when you reduce the cash, what will be the net asset now? Net asset minus cash. Now your denominator is decreasing, then your output ROA will increase. Say we have 13%. So by reducing the cash, we actually beat our cost. So this is the analysis done by the management before they come to a conclusion that whether we should go for a buyback or not. So there are two major reasons which are interlinked actually. First one is when you see ROA individually, that see whether my ROA is going down or not from past analysis, or we correlate that ROA with the cost of capital and check whether there is a negative impact of that cost. Can we enjoy a margin or not? So when these two situations happens, the company generally see whether they have excess cash, and if they have, they go for a buyback. Of course, see, this is the point. When the company got into this kind of position and the company sees any future growth from the deployment of this cash in any asset, suppose say purchasing of any company, okay, by using this cash, that is a kind of inorganic growth. Suppose the return from purchase of that assets can increase this ROA, then they won't go for a buyback. Okay, if they do not have any future potential growth prospects and their ROA is getting impacted, or there is a mismatch between the cost and ROA, they go for a buyback, right? So we have actually understood the fundamental analysis behind the buyback, why the companies goes for a buyback, and we just understood that the statement, the reason behind that statement, where the research analyst says the companies goes for a buyback only when they do not see any future potential growth prospects, right? So these are the two reasons. Of course, there are company law statutory requirement reasons for which the companies goes for a buyback. Now coming to the Infosys part, see, the Infosys is actually going for a buyback this January, and they are actually giving a premium of 17%. It's 16.97 or something on the closing price. of the previous day's closing day. I don't remember the date. So it's 17% premium. So what the investor, when the investor get this information, should you like sell that share or should you hold on? That's the call the long-term investor should take on. And for the traders, the intraday trader, it's always a volume game. If you see this kind of buybacks and all, you can short sell and see of course the after buyback the prices goes down. So that's the trading strategy which people do. I am not a trader, but yes, that's the thing they do. So it's the Infosys investor has to take this call and check whether these kind of situations are encountered. And yes, it's some way like reasonable to expect that the company does not see any growth prospects. That's why they are going for a buyback after being encountered by this situation. Now coming to NMDC, NMDC is also going for a buyback, but the case is different. The NMDC is actually a government owned company. The government holds around 72 point some change percentage in that company. So to reduce the government holding, they are going for a buyback. So NMDC will pay the government some cash and get back the shares. Also, that the payment made by NMDC will goes to the exchequer, which will like in a way benefit the exchequer because see, we had a target of 80,000 crore divestment target for our budget 2018, and we know we are nowhere close to that 80,000 crore amount. So this marginal 1,000 crore can garner some amount of benefit to the government, and we expect a guidance on divestment target this budget, which will be on February 1st of 2019. So this is all about the companies, and the investors of NMDC and Infosys should look into this. Actually NMDC, it's there's nothing to watch for the investor. It's a statutory compliance buyback. For the Infosys shareholder, it's a big moment to take a call because it's 17% premium. Okay, so that is all about this review. I hope we have understood the reasons and the fundamental analysis behind the buyback, what the management do before buyback. Thank you, and stay updated guys. Thank you.